Hey guys, I wanted to ask you, what do you think is the most common misconception when it comes to high output alternators or maybe charging systems in general? Like, what is the most common misconception or a question that you guys often get?
Mainly it's how much I don't want to overcharge my system.
Right.
When in reality, you could put a 1,000 watt alternator on a bone stock vehicle and it'll be perfectly fine. They don't make a 1,000, by the way. Please don't email me about that. That's not going to happen.
Oh, you did it now.
21 gigawatts?
Yeah. But the alternator is only going to put out what is demanded of it. So if you have a 200 watt amp, then you're going to, it's going to pull about 20 amps. Or if it's your amps, then it's really efficient. So it might just draw 10.
Nice suck up there. Nice suck up.
Jeez.
So the rule of thumb is really...
Kicker plug. Jeez.
The rule of thumb is basically put the biggest alternator you can in that location.
Yes.
Yes, but because most people are just going to upgrade later anyway, even though they say they're not. Just like car guys never add more boost.
That's true.
Never add horsepower. It always happens.
Yeah.
And then, while we have this opportunity to speak, the exception to that is race car stuff. You don't want, like, we have a lot of folks from all over the world. They buy a 400 amp alternator because they have the budget to pay for it, and they think that bigger is better. Bigger is not always better. The 400 amp units need a smaller pulley on it, a much higher pulley ratio, which does not jive very well with high RPM engines.
No.
So that's
the asterisk. That's the asterisk to that rule.
Yeah, we do have that listed on our website. It says, this is good for this RPM, this is good for that RPM. So generally speaking, race car stuff, unless it has a massive system, a 250 amp unit is just fine.
It's kind of like MBE, that guy you had building boxes down there. He says there is no perfect subwoofer, and it transfers over to alternators. There is no perfect alternator because in some cases you may need a small, physically small alternator to fit in a tight space, turbo piping, etc., whatnot. And other cases you're just going to have a vehicle that's going to sit and idle like our hearse did. So you need all the amperage you can at idle speed. So there is no perfect alternator. The perfect alternator is what is perfect for your application.
Right.
Great. That's a perfect analogy.
I couldn't have said it better. An alternator needs to be engineered for its individual application, for sure.